So if your makeup gets clingy, patchy, dry, then this is the video for you. Just watch till the end and I'm going to share all the tips, tricks that you can do to avoid this. So this is the episode 1 of Makeup Fixes by Harshita on YouTube, where I'm going to tell you the things that you should do that will give you a flawless skin and you can avoid patchy and cakey makeup. But I have the same series going on Instagram as well, where I tell you how to fix the things. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, guys. I've heard all of the reviews that you gave me on last video and I am back with all of the changes. Alright, so this is my first episode of Makeup Fixes by Harshita on YouTube, where I will be talking about patchy and cakey makeup. I know a lot of us have heard the words patchy and cakey, but what does that really mean? Patchy is basically where your skin is very dry and you directly apply your foundation or concealer and it clings to that dry patch. So that is what is known as patchiness. Now that also happens if you apply too much of skin prep and then the makeup does not even stay. You do this and it will slide off your face. So that is also known as patchiness. Now when we come to cakey makeup is where you put too much of product, that most of the makeup artists in India do that. So what patchy makeup and cakey makeup means is, suppose you're applying too much of concealer, too much of foundation or too much of powder and it cakes up and looks so heavy. So I'm going to tell you all the steps that you should and should not do to avoid patchy and cakey makeup. Okay, so first I'm going to cover about skincare. Now skincare is very important, and one and the most important line that you must remember about skincare is less is more. Trust me, but you pick up the right products, you get great results. Now you see a lot of videos online and you feel like we need toner, serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, all of that before makeup. I think 2 to 3 products at max is best under the makeup. Now skin prep for oily skin people, you should start with a gel based moisturizer. This is how gel based moisturizer looks. It's very lightweight on oily skin people, and I know most of you face things like your face starts to sweat when you apply heavy moisturizer. So you should avoid that kind of moisturizer and only stick to gel based ones. Now when it comes to normal to combination skin type, use a lightweight moisturizer like this one from Simple. It's really light. I use this on daily basis, but I have a dry skin type, so I need a heavy moisturizer and I use this Flicka's priming plus moisturizer mixture combo in one tube. This is so underrated. It's a dupe of the Embrolis moisturizer and I use this every day before makeup. But the only thing that you have to remember about this product is this can get a little bit greasy if you apply too much. So it's better you apply in small portions only. Don't apply too much, otherwise your makeup will not set, it will slide off your face. Now here's a quick tip that mostly nobody tells you is, if you have a dry skin around your mouth, around your nose or the center of your forehead, just take a heavy moisturizer and apply on it nicely. Like you do the circular motion, apply on it, because I know these are the areas where mostly the makeup gets patchy and cakey. Now you don't want that around your nose and around your mouth, so make sure you massage it and give an extra moisturizer over there. I do this all the time because these are the areas that are very dry, and of course I have very dry skin, so it's pretty obvious for me. Now if you see any flakes that is coming out of like your nose or around your mouth, you can just grab a tissue and remove the flakes. Otherwise the makeup will look very dry and flaky around this area, which we don't want, of course. Now second most important thing is applying your foundation or concealer. So you never directly apply it on your face, or you take a brush and directly pump it. Don't do it. I know you have seen a lot of influencers do that, but that's really not a great idea, because they know how to work with the product, they can work with it. But as a beginner, I don't think so you will be able to do that. So just take a pump on the back of your hand. Now I know this might feel a little bit weird, but you have to warm it up on the back of your hand. It's very important. I think it gives a very nice even application when you warm it up and apply it with your fingers. If not fingers, you can use a flat brush like this to apply. I always do this. So I take it with my fingers, apply evenly on my face, and then I take my brush, hold it from the middle, not too close, not too far, and then just blend it outwards. See how easily it just blends, and there is no streakiness, there is no patchiness or no cakiness if you apply it this way. It's also important that you work in sections. Section means you apply foundation this side, work on this side, now you apply it here, and then you work. So always work on section. Otherwise, if the product will dry up, the chances of patchy and cakey makeup is on the highest level. So don't do that, okay? One advice that I would give to every makeup artist or a beauty influencer that's teaching or applying foundation or makeup, I'll just tell them apply as much as is needed. So I know there will be some concealer coming right here, so I'm not going to put foundation. Why would you layer up when you know there are products that can hide it? So now if you keep layering and applying too much of product, तो फिर cake ही तो मतलब होगा ही ना. So apply as much is needed. The same line, less is more, also applies to makeup. I am using this L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in the shade 317. I think this is the last shade they have. So the shade range is very bad, but the product in itself is so good. This is my second product. I love this concealer so much. It's also a dupe of the, what is that called? Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I hope it's pronounced like that. So yeah, it's like full coverage. You just need tiny dots and everything will be covered. So you see how less product I'm actually using, only using where it's needed. No extra products means no patchy or cakey makeup. I have used brushes, sponges, and fingers under my eye, but trust me, nothing works better than your fingers for concealer. The warmth is so good, it just melts the concealer under my eye, gives full coverage, does not take up any coverage, and looks so good. Like neither any of my brushes gives this coverage, or beauty blender, so it soaks up a lot of product. So I just use it if I want to even out my skin tone, और अगर बहुत ज़्यादा product लग गया है, so you can just apply beauty blender in that case. But beauty blender ko I think you should just keep it for blending everything out at the end, because I feel it takes a lot of coverage plus you need more product. That just does not make sense to me. I am back with some break because my phone needed to cool down. My phone can't handle my energy. The third and most important thing is powder. So I've just taken some loose powder here and I am going to coat my brush with it. Now when you have your base that is not settled down, which is still wet, all you have to do is wait for 30 to 60 seconds until it's completely dried. Then take some loose powder and slightly set your face like this. For applying powder under your eyes, make sure you just blend any creases that is available with your finger, or with the help of a back of your brush, just blend all the creases that you have under your eye. Once that's done, take the brush, coat it with the powder nicely, and then set it with some powder. Now to actually set my face, what I do and I love to do is I'll take my compact powder, take my puff with it, nicely coat my puff with the compact powder, and now I'm going to use it on my T-zone, that is here, on my nose, here and here. These are all the places that I sweat more. I'm also going to use compact powder under my eye to give more coverage, and I don't like hydrating or dewy under eye. I want it matte. So yeah, this is how you should layer your powders. Now make sure you do not apply 2-3 layers over this. If you apply more powder, you will of course get a cakey and a patchy makeup, which you definitely don't want. So first is just lightly set your base with some loose powder using a brush and not a puff. Above that you use a puff with some compact powder to just lightly set your base, lock in and give more coverage. That's it. Yeah, so I just finished my makeup off camera. This is my final look, but the final step is remaining. And I wanted to come here and talk about setting spray. Yes, this is one of the most important step if you want your makeup to last long. So when you are using setting spray, make sure you use it from like 6 to 7 meters away from your skin. If you use it too close, you'll have harsh droplets on your face, and then it will just remove your makeup from that. So make sure you shake well before applying, and then use it from like 6 to 7 meters away from your face. Now let it dry it down completely. Do not do anything right now. Just let it dry out completely, and then you are just done. This was just the first episode of Makeup Fixes by Harshita, and I guarantee you, you are gonna learn so much after this. So make sure you subscribe to me right now, and you can also follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.